Now it's time to bore the holes for the back so we can have effective wire management. I've got an 1 3/8 35mm Forstner bit, and the same bit I'm going to use to bore the Euro hinges. It's a suitable size for wires and plugs, so I'll go ahead and bore the holes. So I've got the back securely clamped in with Festool quick clamps on my drill press, and I'm just going to turn the drill press on. It's set up at the appropriate speed, and then I'll bore slowly through this piece of ply. So now I'm driving in the screws into pre-drilled holes for the back. Now that it's glued up and the back is in place, we're going to fit the inset doors before we finish up the case. So what's going to happen is I've got these shims here. They're about 1 millimeter thick each, and my intended reveal is 2 millimeters, and that's the same reveal all the way around. Now, it's not always going to be the case that your case is square. In fact, more often than not, the case is going to clamp up slightly out of square, and that's okay because we're going to throw all the squareness out the window right now. We're just going to fit this door. Our main goal is to achieve an even reveal around all four sides of this door. So with the shims in place, I can easily see where I need to trim a little bit off, and then we're going to take it to the track saw and just skim off a little bit. And here you can see I need to take material off this top left side, right here, right along here. So we'll take it to the MFT with the TS-55, and we'll just skim off. We'll actually shim out the fence, and then just take off this corner here. So I put 2 thin shims right here, just to bring out this top left corner of the door out a little bit, and then we'll just kerf off a little bit with the track saw. And you can see just this little bit poking out past the splinter guard, and that's the amount we're going to take off. We'll come back here and we'll test it again, and it looks like the bottom right side needs a little bit trimmed off. Other than that, it's looking pretty good, so I think that's the last cut we'll have to make. So we'll take this back to the MFT and we'll just shim it out so that we cut this back side out. Now since I'm cutting this back side, I'm going to put the shims on this side of the fence. So that way it brings out the bottom right corner. Now alternately I could keep my shim there and flip it, but this gives me a little better visual reference. And you can see there's just a small amount that we're taking off the bottom right corner. Here are the shaker knobs that I turned. It's a very simple knob, kind of a mushroom shape. That's a traditional shaker knob. And I also have a tenon here. So the tenon is going to pop into this hole that I drilled on the doors, and we're just going to glue it in place. Now, this is a traditional way of installing a shaker knob. And see, the tenons fit really nicely into the holes. And I should be able to just pop this in, and I'll align it so that the knob, the grain runs in the same direction, and I'll let it set up. Just installing the locking devices for the Euro cup hinges. inset door, and we have a very even reveal around all four sides of the door. Got the soft close built into this, so it's a very nice feature. With an inset door, using the Euro hinges also makes it very simple. With the case glued up and the shelves cut, I'm going to use the CXS with a Craig shelf pin jig to drill the 1/4 inch holes in the shelf pin. And with that done, I'll just pop in the shelf pin. I don't like to put too many pins. I think 3 is plenty enough for adjustment in case I ever want to put something different size in this unit here. With the shelf pins inserted, I can fit the shelf in here. That just slides in there without any play. So we've got the center unit all fit and ready to go. So before I take the RO90 and sand the front of the edge banding and the sides, I'll take a card scraper and start breaking the edge. I like to use a card scraper because it's kind of risky to sand this profile with sander, because this top veneer here is pretty thin, so I don't want to risk sanding it through. Plus a card scraper is just really easy and it makes very little dust, and I get these nice ribbons of material that come off. And once I'm happy with the profile on all the edge banding members, I can start sanding the front and then the doors as well. And we're almost complete with this unit. You'll notice that the shelf is recessed by the thickness of the door, and this is going to help serve as a stop for the door, as well as allow the door to close completely and be flush with the front of the case.